Another 2010 Ford Flex video. This one is about changing the coolant on the EcoBoost version of my Ford Flex. So, in the manual, engine coolant with the rear heater, you get 13.2 quarts for the 3.5 liter engine. Google says that is 3.3 gallons. And then it also says in this column right here, you have either the specialty green coolant or the specialty orange coolant. And of course it gives you the part numbers. Now my Flex shipped with the green coolant, and when the dealer replaced the engine under warranty, they filled it up with green coolant again. So I went and got the green coolant from the dealer. It's $28 and some change for the concentrate version. They don't have a 50/50 version. If you want to switch to the orange coolant, make sure you flush the entire system out, as these two coolants are not compatible. I would just figure out which one you have and stick with that. Next we're going to go to the engine bay, and we are at the engine bay. So this is a very simple process. It is not hard to do. It can be tedious if you have never done one before, but with some patience I worked through it. I didn't record me doing it, as I'm not a good YouTuber or professional YouTuber, so I only have one camera right here. I don't have tripods or any of that stuff. So the reservoir is right here, and as you see, mine's actually full. I just topped it off when I came back from driving. So to drain this system all the way down there, you're not gonna be able to see it from here, but it's gonna be down here on this side. It's gonna be a yellow peacock nut. It's 19 millimeters. You're going to want to crack that open, and that's where the coolant's going to drain. Now, the only thing that's going to drain out in the beginning is whatever's in this bottle. Whatever's in the block, in the heater, the front one, or the rear one in the far back, that stuff didn't drain out for me. If you want to flush this system, my dumbass went to the back and entered at the rear heater core, and I didn't realize that doing so, the coolant from the back would have to come up these hoses and then go through the thermostat that's down here, and then to the peacock that's down there. So my advice would be, if you flush this system, start right here, and give me 1 second and I'll show you the hose that I used. Well, I can't find the hose, but what I did was I went to the part store and got a flush kit, and in the kit it had like a couple of different sizes. It had a few different sizes of T's in them. So I used one of the T's and a scrap piece of tubing, and I tied into the rear heater core at the back of the vehicle. And I tried to flush it forward, but I forgot about it had to come up over this. So my recommendation then is to start right here, get your pliers, pull this hose off, put the kit's T in, and grab another scrap piece of hose on the other side of the T, and put it right here on this, get some hose clamps, clamp it down, and flush from right here. Your results might be better than what mine were, because I started in the back. I'll show you that. So I started my flush from back here. I pulled, I don't know where the hell my finger's at here. So I pulled out this top hose right here, and that's where I put my T in, and I flushed the line back here. I also would like to note that, hold on, when doing this, my Flex was reversed. So the ass end was up by the front, and the front's down here where the taillight is. That way, I use the incline of my driveway to kind of pull, and using gravity to kind of drain all the coolant out of the system. But when I did that, I don't think I got all this coolant out of the system, because when I refilled it, I only put 1.75 gallons of coolant back into my system. That's about all I really have. It's not really hard to do. It's cheaper than a dealership. The dealership wanted like $140 to do a coolant flush. If you buy the concentrate from the dealership and mix it yourself, it's a 50/50 solution, and it will be like $56 for the coolant and about $4 for water, and then how much time it's going to take you to do this. Now, if I can, here's the actual service manual, and here's the cooling diagrams for both the 3.5 liter and then also the EcoBoost version, because right here's the 2 turbos. I'd also like to note that this version does not show the rear heater core like this version does. So I'm going to zoom in right here and let it sit here for a second. You can pause and you can see the diagram of how the coolant's going to flow. So to maybe clarify, I started back here and tried to flush the system forward, but I don't think it worked because I had to push the coolant up over this way. So I would suggest starting right here and flushing your system. This is the NA version. This is the EcoBoost version. Right here's the 2 turbos, coolant lines. This does not show the rear heater core, it just shows the front one. That's about all that I have, and the wind blows it over for me. I have to love Mother Nature. See, this is why people need a studio. Outside of that, any questions, put them in the comments, and I will get back to you when I can. Enjoy.